Hello buddy, it's Bendominator and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my full review on Lazy Lagoon since it has just returned to Fortnite in today's update, and I'm very excited about it. This season has been killing it with brand new map changes so far. We've seen so many new POIs be added due to the whole reality tree thing, and it's just super cool. Yes, it is kind of sad that they're kind of using the same few themes over and over again for a lot of these POIs. But I still think they're a lot of fun to explore, and a new POI is a new POI, so I'm excited about it either way. I think Lazy Lagoon in particular isn't necessarily one that I would have brought back if I had the choice, but I don't really have many complaints with it either. I think it's a really solid POI. It is definitely very different from the one we saw all the way back in Chapter 1, Season 8. They definitely took some creative liberties with this version of the POI. The only thing that is like exactly the same, it seems like, is the ship, and I'm not even 100% sure if the ship is exactly the same, but it does seem very similar, and it wouldn't surprise me if they just use the creative prefab that we already have, because I'm sure Epic has like plenty of these old buildings saved for creative, and they can just use them in BR whenever they want. But all the other buildings seem completely unique, which is really cool. It is definitely the same POI, but it's remixed in a brand new way, which I definitely prefer over just getting the same thing over again. Of course, as long as the remix version improves upon what was already there, and in my opinion, I wasn't really a huge fan of the original Lazy Lagoon, but I do definitely prefer this POI over it. I think this is definitely a better version of the POI. The ship was always my favorite part, so I'm glad to see that's still intact. The outside buildings are the part that I wasn't a huge fan of. The area kind of felt a little small, the buildings were not that interesting, and here the buildings all feel individually a little bit too small for my liking. Like, there's really small houses and all that kind of stuff, but the layout and everything, and just the way that it works with the terrain, since this is set in the volcano, and by the way, this is a huge improvement over Daily Bugle. Like, I would way rather have this over Daily Bugle, so I'm glad that they finally got rid of it. This is a reality tree, however, so this change probably won't carry over into the next season. Whether or not that means Daily Bugle will come back or another thing will take its place, I'm not sure, but my prediction is that a lot of the reality tree stuff probably won't carry over into the next season, but we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, back to Lazy Lagoon. So yeah, the buildings are kind of a bit too small for my liking. I think the ship is definitely the standout of this POI, but the way that the buildings work with the terrain I think is really unique. The whole volcano terrain around this POI makes a lot of sense, and I like how they pretty much flooded the entire area. Lazy Lagoon with swimmable water is such a big improvement as well. Like, a lot of people often forget that back in Chapter 1, you couldn't swim in the water, so it was just such a pain to move through the water. You would always have to build over it, and with swimmable water, it just makes this whole area a lot more dynamic. The whole pirate ship is a lot easier to get to and from, and overall, it's a lot more seamless. And talking about the theme, I know we kind of already touched on it, how it's kind of reused from a lot of the other reality trees, but I do like the pirate theme the best out of all the different options that we can get. I like the pirate theme, I like the neo-tilted theme, but the pirate theme is definitely my favorite, so I'm glad we have an actual permanent pirate POI on the map. Though I will say, as far as pirate POIs go, I think the pirate version of Logjam Lotus is probably still my pick for the better pirate themed area, but since it's not 100% chance guaranteed that you'll get the pirate theme when going there, this is definitely the best bet. And then let's also talk about location, because Lazy Lagoon is pretty close to where it was in the original Chapter 1 map, though it is kind of combined with the volcano instead of being near it. And it's funny too, because there's literally a river right next to the volcano that could have worked for this spot, so we could have had Daily Bugle and Lazy Lagoon on the map at the same time, but to be honest, I kind of prefer this. I think the terrain in the volcano is a lot more interesting for a POI like this instead of just like the river and the lake and all that kind of stuff. And also, Daily Bugle just needed to go. And even adding to the similarities with Chapter 1, we also have that Sunny Steps landmark that you can go to nearby. So we really do have a mini version of the jungle area from Chapter 1, which I think is really funny. And honestly, my only main complaint with this POI is that I just kinda wish we got something different that wasn't Lazy Lagoon. Because while I like this version of Lazy Lagoon, there's a lot of other Chapter 1 or even Chapter 2 POIs that I would have brought back instead, especially Lazy Links, which is the POI that was before this one. Or if you wanted to stick with the jungle theme, I think having Tomato Temple also would have been really cool. And I think it even would have been a little bit more iconic. But hey, I still think that this is a fantastic POI and a great addition and improvement to the map overall, because I think this is definitely better than Daily Bugle was. Yes, it's a shame that we're getting the pirate theme again in another POI, but it's nice to have a POI that's 100% pirate themed without the chance of switching to something else. I love the POIs that do that, but being able to have just a pure pirate themed POI that also plays on nostalgia a little bit and improves upon a pre-existing Chapter 1 POI is just really nice to see. And honestly, it's much better than having the same IO themed POIs over and over again like we did last season. And even the season before that. We were stuck for a long time with just having IO themed POIs over and over again, so I don't really mind having another pirate themed POI on the map. But anyway guys, what do you think about Lazy Lagoon? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the brand new POI. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new because I make videos like this all the time, and you can also use my supported creator code Bendominator in the Fortnite item shop #ad. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.